Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and turn on your bell icon to join this family. In today's video, I want to talk about why your DV lottery application might get rejected. Okay, the reason why your application keeps on being rejected. I've had a lot of people complaining that they have applied but the applications were rejected. So what are the reasons? I'm going to share that with you in this video. I'll also be answering some random questions that I've had in my comment section. So let's get started. First of all, I'm sorry about the video quality. The weather is so dull. Number one possible reason why your DV lottery application might be rejected is that if they notice two entries with the same information, your application might be rejected. Okay, so try to verify. Make sure you ask your friends, your relatives, if anyone had applied with your information. Make sure no one has applied with your information. So this is one of the reasons why your application might be rejected. Another reason why your application might be rejected, for those who are using their phones, maybe your Android version might not be high and also the website might not be supporting your device. So I'll advise you go to the studio, to the cyber cafe, to the professionals to help you out now that there's still time. If you notice you have been trying to apply and it's not going, they keep telling you error, just go to the cyber cafes, go to the studio. At the studio, you're going to get a clean photo. I've had a lot of people complain about the photo issue, so it's good to go to the studio where the professionals will help you out and you pay them little money. Another reason why your application might be rejected, if your information is not correctly filled, they might dictate it. Sometimes they might not dictate on time, sometimes they might detect immediately you fill, so it might cause your application to be rejected. Make sure you cross check all the information that you filled, make sure there's no error somewhere and your application will not be rejected. Advice to give: if you know you are not married, you are not legally married, in the space of your spouse relationship, you have to put single. In case you win the DV lottery, you start processing, you do your legal marriage, you start following up the other things that you need to follow. Another thing is for your qualification. If presently your highest qualification is your high school, the one you have with you is your high school diploma, you have to fill your high school. Even if you're pursuing a course in the university, you are looking forward to your university, it is not certain that you have the certificate, so it is good to fill your present qualification. Someone asked me that they did not see the professional course stuff. It is not a particular course, it is written professional school. If you know you don't have a high school diploma, you don't have a degree, you have your work certificate or your work experience, in that space what you have to fill is vocational school. A lot of people are not following the requirements. I've seen dark photos. I follow some groups on Facebook and I see the kind of photos that people post. They are so dark. Some of them you see shadows, some of them blurry, some use filters. You don't have to use filters in your photo. Your photo has to be natural. It needs natural light. You don't have to edit and add brightness. You just need natural light from maybe your ring light, maybe camera, or don't snap your photo before adding the light. You don't have to add any form of brightness or filter in your passport size photo. So this is what I want to emphasize about the relationship status. If you know that you are not legally married, just leave it. Just write single. It should be single. Here in Africa, some people get married traditionally without having the marriage certificate. So a lot of people have complained that they are married but they don't have the marriage certificate. You have to apply as single. Your partner has to apply as single, so that if any one of you wins, you can go and do the legal marriage. You have your certificate. You explain at the embassy that you got married after your application, so it is understandable. Hey guys, I also want to say, if you happen to win the DV lottery, calm down yourself. Winning the DV lottery is one thing, getting the visa is another thing. Some people go as far as selling their properties just because they won the lottery. If you win the lottery, you have to wait until you are granted the visa before you can start selling whatever you want to sell to have the money. Don't start selling immediately you win the lottery. About 80 to 100,000 people are selected for the DV lottery, but only 50,000 people are granted the visa. There's a lot of screening. After winning the lottery, you have to calm down because there's a lot of screening that they do. Another thing you might not be granted a visa is that your case number is very far. When the case number is very far, you might likely not be called for the interview. If your case number is too far, you have to pray hard for you to be called. So many people win and they don't get caught. People get caught and they don't grant them the visa. You might even suffer the risk of being banned. Make sure you do things the right way. The computer might dictate that a particular person has applied more than one time and you may be rejected. They will not grant you the visa even if one of that application wins the DV lottery. All the applications might even be rejected before the final results. So you have to take notes. If you're doing some fraudulent activities, make sure you don't get caught. So for children, like I've always said if you currently have 2 children and you are pregnant, you have to fill 2 children. Filling it, fill with the current number of kids. Don't go and add the one that are not yet born, because if you win and you want to follow, you can still add the one that you gave birth after applying for the DV lottery. So it's not a big deal. Someone asked me that what if she wants to apply as a couple but her husband doesn't have a high school diploma? What I'll advise you to do is that your husband should look for a vocational training course and he should try and get some work experience, because if you win, his work experience will be required because they need a strong workforce. So if you're going to the US as a DV lottery winner, you must make sure you have something to offer to them. Okay, you must have something to offer. So you don't just go, they don't just grant you visa if you don't have anything to offer. You might be rejected. That's why they always state all the requirements that you need when applying for the DV lottery.